Hi, I'm Scare Bear. I'd like to talk to you about why the hell do you think that I'm talking? I'm just a fucking bear. Hi, I'm Alpha Master Pimp. It's very easy. Dominant and sadist in a polydynamic lifestyle of S&M, DNS, and BDSM. All that other stuff. I'm in a 24/7 relationship with one, and I have one and some possibles. Now I got one other collared slave, submissive, and well, I'm busy. Um, I like to talk about uh, some how-tos or some whatnots or just where I'm at and reflecting on this whole journey of, you know, DNS and, polydynamic especially, and lifestyles. But more importantly, friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. Um, Everybody has a different idea on how that whole dynamic is supposed to work. Friendship. We, ah, it's always good to have a friend. You never can do without, you know. It's nice to say you had a few. Only really old people, only really old people can remember the amount of them that they've actually gone through in the course of their life. Sounds interesting, doesn't it? It sucks when you have to go through the ups and downs of one minute you had a friend, the next minute they let you down or they run out on you or they just took they took door number three. Um, in a polydynamic, you have a couple or partner to whatever way that you got that relationship working, as well as and that's what I got here between me, myself and my sub, my little fuck up, and I've got my little fucking disaster who is a collared masochist submissive under my ownership and in this polydynamic with us, but they live outside. They have a different life with their kids and their family, and they're able to actually balance to the best of their ability to have somewhat of a completeness in part. One part here, one part there. Whereas for me and my little fuck up, well, we're stuck with each other in this whole relationship thing. And frankly speaking, we're the only ones that don't have an option of fuck it. Because, well, what's the fun in that? Um, but when you're in this little lifestyle dynamic, you run into a lot of people who befriend you, who um, come into the scene and the whole nine, and they're just as ooh-awed about all the other benefits and the perks that comes with these kind of relationship dynamics. Um, Only to find at certain points of their life, well, you know, life sucks. Sometimes you just gotta doggone do what's best for you. Well, when you're in a relationship with a couple who are in a relationship where y'all get together and y'all go hang out and this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day or the time or whatnot, you go your way and then you jump back into the phone booth and turn back into the mild mannered vanilla person, and they go home just about as kinky as they are, just missing a few doggone members. Unless you're one of those Count Monte Cristo kind of people that can bring everybody back to your mansion and basically just take them out of the whole world as they know it, or you build yourself into this dynamic where your family is your corporation, this, that, and the other, or you're Prince Sahib or something like that with my many wives and they all work for me, and this, that, and the other. Then you're really stuck with how do you really do this? How do you really keep your sanity about you and really not be unfair when you have to allow others to bow out for personal reasons? Hell, every day is your personal reason and you don't get a chance to bow out. Well, those are the breaks. You know, the hardest part is how do you um, not just consummate, but how do you still honor some version of a friendship, even when the departure might have even been a little uncomfortable? Well, I'm sure some of you other folks right out there probably feel my pain on this one right here. It's never really easy. It's really even worse because emotionally speaking, it sucks when people bail, and they always do it before, during, and after the one moment in time that you wish that they hadn't bailed on you. Well, everybody has their own reasons, and it's hard to respect people, but it's even harder to actually even imagine how you're going to be able to deal with still trying to consider these people some form of friend when uh, there's nothing friendly about disconnecting from a friendship or in a poly dynamic. It's even deeper. The hardest thing is not really becoming vengeful and angry in this because um, these lifestyles that we live have a dual-edged sword. And it cuts both ways because in one way you can get with anybody you want to, and if it don't turn out right you can leave and fuck them and fuck you, fuck it. And on the other way it cuts straight through. Well, guess what, there's not that many doggone places for you to go, that many people to see, and sooner or later somebody's gonna know somebody that knows somebody that's seen somebody that's been around somebody, or boom, I'll just be damned, I had to run into this person. And most times it's usually at the wrong time, you know, and everybody's sitting around there stuck up in their feelings trying to figure out how they're going to be civil with each other. Well, um, in a vanilla world, you actually do grow balls and say, man, fuck it. What's the chances of me ever running back into that person again? Or what's the chances of me having to need that person or anything? Well, in these lifestyles, the chances are a whole lot more greater than most people uh, wish that they had the ability to actually better judge their departures between friends and friendship dynamics. Well, um, there's really not much more I can really say. I think you're really feeling where I'm going with this. Because you don't have to be this deep into some kinky shit to really be feeling how uh, hard it is to be feeling um, friendly to people who you have to um, relinquish a friendship. People that you have to respect. They ain't trying to be your friend right now. Well, it's not easy, but you always have to take in consideration that no matter how much of a bitch or a dick anybody's going to be in the infant stages of your breakups or whatnot, uh, that's only because they're human and they have to find their own ways of fighting their own demons to actually be able to deal with the reality that, well, damn, I would have liked for the first relationship that I ever had to have been the last relationship I ever need. But, shit happens. Um, maybe we need to actually step back faster and think about that in every friendship, because only a good friend will fuck you and look you straight in the face and say, my bad. Friends, how many of us have them? The ones we can depend on.